Ada CBM Samuel Badwam TV Badwam so yeda Apostle Dr. Anita Ekutegwa say any cranshan sama wodi ama yede do so ne Badwam kase ensam no ne obeti wo mu bi ni ene ya so ye share gender children and social protection so se won behwe na mmofra enkuma yede won koye nkrutu mema ne famu die no wape ba bi ede won mo hye anasa se ye hu won mo a ora Brian Champon so ede atudwa se NPP amanyoko no bi enkrata amuso wo mbetu franka okwakofa enkrata no bi sansam no ne sembi na no pay bedebro sa Adom TV Badwam kase o share live on Facebook /Adom TV extra go TV 119 DSTV 280 oko YouTube o search Adom TV tube and so ye wo ho faseda emma Majoy Trish wonta di fe ba ko ene shema no pay medidi afia amankwa tamaklo afia ni dem yenti said ensam ni chemo ankasa etie July 30th yeda yede asi ho wiase nyina ye kasade afa nipa yede won mo ekoye nkrutu mekire human trafficking nomne ade nesanti gender children and social protection penifo se ene won mo ba be si bia bi ede ama emmemu ano a yede wo mo fa saati bia no mu no na wo mo nsaka wo ma wakra wo mo wo ho chief director wo ministry ho ye Dr. Afisa Zakaria ono enegina oswafo Dr. Agnes na Momolate anemo den semi etudwa
Dr. Afisa Zakaria, chief director, Ewasuya, share gender, children and social protection. So, wano and wukujina swafo na nemu, ewujumedi yase, nekasa yemu and wachirumu se, sign we here, and whatchere, any nyama fufrobi a come huntino, yana and yedene, so betumi ato Ghana for aqua ye jumadene. Then so, Ekwa wonu masai ewo saa how you so no wachire mu a Ghana bo ne homoden ewo akwan bibiri so ya ne senti sese wo hwe ne mu kran kra se obesi ebia emema mpanyinfo a wonu mo so wotumi ekosa ho chire bi mu no obetumi age wonum ama won ba bi di wonti ato.
Ghanaians are vulnerable to trafficking, whether as origin, transit or destination country, and in some cases a combination of all three. Poverty and desire for greener pastures have been mentioned as some of the root causes of trafficking, and young women and men see migration as the only way of survival. There have been a lot of successes, including the operationalization of adults and children's shelters, as well as the transit shelters, as the victims serve as the key witnesses during prosecution. However, we need to have adult male shelters because our men are equally involved, and we don't want to be biased just looking at only women. So we're going to work towards that, and we assure you that we'll get the shelter in place.
Can you also for no share a kuyayon Samson Brian Champon said nay NPP amanyoko no ebie kwan so obi a wani da kwan so betu franka befa obakwa akofan de bi ensem no eni.
Very much. I am a product of the church, servant of the church. A month ago, I set up an exploratory committee. A week ago, they brought home their report. We've reviewed the report. Largely aligns with what I set out to do. There were a few things that I also have to align with the party and then with the aspirations of the country. But as said, the important point is that the conclusion of the report suggested that there was a need to have a different candidate that can galvanize the party, unite the party. There was also a need for that candidate to be able to demonstrate and give a hope to the young people of this country that through their vision, they're able to create jobs for the youth of the country, provide security, and revamp the infrastructure of this country. And so, with that said, the decision has been made that I will contest when the party opens nominations. But to do that, as a product of the church. It will be a disappointment in my tradition for the moderator of the church or the Presbyterian General Council hears it for the first time already. So before a formal announcement is made, I thought it wise to come and inform the General Council and the moderator of the Presbyterian Church that this is what I have set out to do. And so when they hear the announcement, then that is it. But most importantly, though, to seek the blessing, I want to start with God and then finish with God. The journey, I'm a politician, you know how treacherous the political journey can be. And God is a requirement for a journey like this and a requirement for life. Therefore, I needed to see the church and seek their blessing and prayer and continuous prayer whilst I start and embark on this journey.
Okay. With the exploratory committee giving you the green light to contest, and they told you that the grounds are fertile for you?
They did not give me the green light to contest. What they did was make suggestions of what the party was looking for and what Ghanaians are aspiring a leader. And I think I fit the bill. And I also asked them to look at the aspirations of the party and the Ghanaian people. And it's something that I weighed myself and I feel that I would be able to do. And it is for that reason that I want to step in and contest.
Yet wakasiano so nampani for ya wamudi MPP amanyokona ni muna ene National Day for Prayer and Thanksgiving Committee no de to ni mo sasanshi shewe eni ho kwan se ye na manyo sam kra na mum yanya ne so man no ejapade ebeto odwa na ye owura vese free yankra no na ye committee no won kandini ene ne woto ne nsafre MPP amanyoko yi anam so e ma won dwem tene ne din semi etudwa.
Say program be abasi na yebedanya miasia. Trust them like First Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 8. We say ati na yen fast na emenya. TM people committee no mobile ni asemo a mo de betu yanim no. Ya dia tu and ya so me say nyamebua 1st July no. Yin beba.
So honomu a omosa de omani echire mu ND Samanyoko headquarters no koju honom no Johnson Esierum ketia ya wo no national chairman Mamanyoko no enso de nsimwe etoaso.
This is a country that has not defined our values, our national values very well. So it's like we don't have a yardstick against which we measure the performance of our leaders. We don't have a yardstick that will provide a guide for the upbringing of our youth. And such societies are doomed to fail. And so, even as you are leading this specific national Thanksgiving, prayer, maybe you take some time to reflect also on what should constitute the nation's values. Because if we are able to define our values very well, then it will give us a guidepost as to where this nation is leading to.
Mampani ya wawo Eswatini eye Mswati the third aba my Ghana monster hwenefua enai ena wode aba mayimo na wabe mampani John Dramani Mahama ho Jubilee House a won wodi nkomo a ebetumi aboa aman no emienu ayonkofa na eniema sisi ye Adom TV kase etwaso.
Today we are happy to have signed the African Continental Free Trade Area Protocol, and that allows us to be able to ship goods and services into each other's markets. And so your visit and the bilateral discussion that will take place after will form the framework for the cooperation that exists between our two countries. But I wish to warmly welcome you and the Queen and your delegation to Ghana.
Osaju Medina Seno Mswati ni Hene Mswati otoso miensa echire ni so ede mo mampanyi John Dramani Mahama so age wono ena afi ne dom ofelse ewo manga na mu a onimpa se na ya wabedi ewo mai mu no ede nipa ene beba wabra amami ni mpanyimfo edi won komo wiye no Foreign Affairs Minister sia wono mo amai mo so de wonsa ehye apam nkrata bia se a wode hwe se obi abetimi esi ne biaye ewo ofoforo amai so se ne be ya ingetamudi a wopese eba wontem no ebetumi ejina painting.
So we are very happy that from the kingdom we are here to strengthen the cooperation, the ties between our two countries. We are looking forward to see the people of this country and to exchange a lot of information. We have a lot in common, especially when it comes to culture, lifestyles, and so on.
Aposifo ye wo ha fasene mensin mo age akranfie dumienu abemu a ya yehu se ne video bi ne nam social no so a ayakayaka de na ye wo mo no wo mage no na fe wo mo so a yehu wo mo bie no mpanifo akire wo.
Ghana Police Service edi amanebo ababetudwa wonu mo echire mu edi a mfietum yenu abemu a ya hono ne kasamfonyi emu a na wamantam ne nsa edi abodan bi eso na mpanyefo bi twa ne ho ahia ba akura ba edi elbrono no pose juma eko ye wo ha fasini division abo homodin a wonu mo atumi akonsaraban mu akwakoji abofrei na de ntia abofra no wamantam ne nsa edi abodan bi eso no wo kire se okwako wia 200 cedis ewo new ankase community ye no ewo elubo watoye mantam na emu okire mu nkrata ne mu se isamoro ya badi mfinhya na duonum enwotwe na Suleiman Abdul Rashid ono so mfinhya na duonu enson ye ho wo mu ewo kasamfonyi ne mu abofre na wono mu elbrono no wono matumi ayire wono mu epachi asesie no odo makakopie mu aposifo asoe ya wo bo aposifo amansimi woye mu nhwehwemu enya no nko a mfetu mienu abemu ansoso a ohun wo kasamfonyi ne mu ano wo bono no wodo nakwaya sabia ama Dr. Fo ahwe na wia wodo no ma ne papa abra wodo won sema ebe wiye no post commander wo honomo ede to Ghana de hyenyina enem se sebana so mu ho bibia ense emfata e wo no potem antempa no momodin ase post station ebe wo mo no mbetuma kwakoyi aposifo asotere sa won mo nkratai superintendent tema police head public affairs unit Olivia E.T. Adeku and
Jitam komo we na yebeto so wo asemidika yebeko kro no mu na afi assembly member posi ene obi a o mata wo sa kesi yebeto so emo ya ewo ye asemidika so ma yento so na school rua ya woda Uncle Rich preparatory school e call Richardson o see a ICU and as intensive care unit a wonni wo Winneba Trauma and Specialist Hospital enempa a eni kolebu Ridge enti ene school for miensa won muhia won kwanhia wo Winneba Junction ene wato wanananom ensiedui
Akọ Richardson eye Uncle Rich Preparatory School no ewura wachire mu a ebra nkwara miensa ehia wonom kwanhia o Winneba Junction honom no wode won ekọ Winneba Trauma and Specialist Hospital na ayaresabia yi chire mu se tebia na nkwada ne wo mu no wontumi nhwe wonom ne senti na nko wopese wo ma wonom ekọ Cape Coast Teaching Hospital kolebu aban ayaresabia anase Ridge nanso ebra wo frɛ wonom no wode tunwani mu se wonom so woni ICU anase mpadodo ewo honom na wura yi ebosobo se senka yade se sayaresabia miense mu bia eje nkoda yi a enya de senka nkoda no wobɛhwere wonom nkwa
endua yesi road no says and road net no na cars wo movement no there was some carelessness on the part of an old man by drive na oma wonya headlong collision na as some see no that these children are badly hurt. It was a fatal accident and they were brought to the hospital. We went there to see them. The hospital authorities were doing all to rescue them from death, but it happened that more condition they needed an ICU, intensive care unit, which was not available here in Trauma Specialist Hospital, Winneba. But if they have had the positive destiny, they could have transferred them there so that quickly they can hold on to the situation and at least salvage this the death of these children. But they couldn't get any positive response, and by 12 o'clock midnight, these children passed.
So now public relation officer wa Eastern Regional Prison Command yes Solomon Nanavi and all board prophet Nana ya Safo any year Juma multimedia baso one adroya ni afefedi a wabeye won sawon prisons na ni nyina no yes Nana ya Safo ba radio no mo no 20 years ni e ho fa wo hye and wo ya adoye
Brenya yana go fodo do na afise bia wo so munya broso ana bibia tisa ansa no matimi aba ba hweye bayem sa ade a wayi edan enso na yeni enso aso enti prophet Nana ya Safo ade a waye no I think it's on course and we are so much yeni agi say wakaye wan kai bebia mum yena yewo efiase
Prophet Nana ya Safo eya adwuma e wa Asempa FM wɔyɛ sempakani na wɔne amane boni enkomotwetwe mu no wɔno nso de atomanfo nyina animu sɛ wɔmfa namfo pa sɛ de ɛbɛyɛ a enkoba sɛ esan bi nti wɔnom ɛbɛkɔ akopie afiase nti a ɛma wotu anamon ɛde saa nneɛma yi ɛkɔkɔma neduafo a wɔnom ɛwɔ nsawam eneduafie hɔnom no wɔne amane boni no nkomotwetwe mu no wɔde tu dwa
ye woni pa bebre hɔnom mo da afiase a ɔmo kodru court no ɔmo gitum so ɔmo afom ɔmo pa akyɛw badamra no any omodi emo akwakoda ho Erade asem yeti ase e 1 John chapter 1 verse 9 and if we confess our sins to him he is just to forgive us and cleanse us from all our iniquities opem waka emrani nedi be Erade Nyankopon hu
Maminya no sona Adom TV Badwam kase no midi si ha midi de afia amankwa tamaklo aseda ya odia emre na adaje a wode ma yenti oda wo ma twen yen yemfa da wo bon krata no ene Adom online stories ento so yekwaba